Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Dave Carlton. Thank you to everyone who has stuck around this long.
Why are you?
Oh, microphone stands, you befuddle me at every turn. Anyway, so I'm a poet, and I'm going to read some stuff I wrote for you guys. This first one is called Bloomers. Um, it is about how much I hate red wine, which is a lot. Red wine is evil. I couldn't tell if we were flirting or fighting, but our pants were off, and she was storming around her apartment, spilling what seemed to be an ever-refilling glass of red wine on the floor and the furniture in her living room, while she took off her clothes and my clothes and ran down everything about me that she hated. You're such a hypo-macho idiot. You talk too much, and all your stories are about your attempts to sleep with other women. Don't kid yourself. You're not out of touch. You just get off on hating things. She went on like this for about 5 minutes before breaking out into a fit of giggles, which brought her down to her knees. She looked up at me and asked how it was that I put up with her when she talked to me that way. Her nostrils flared, and her eyes were flashing fire with orange and green wine-drunk madness. Obviously, she wanted a serious answer from me. But I didn't think that it would be a good time to tell her that my secret was to just sort of zone out and think about the sound she made when her nipples were pinched, or how she went cross-eyed during an orgasm. So I lied to her, and she calmed down, and we went to bed, and I had beautiful dreams of a glorious world where no one drank red wine.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This next one is called My Night Since 1 a.m.
The end of that last one was. Yeah.
Thank you very much. This happened to me last winter, maybe. It feels like it happened yesterday, but it was a few months ago at this point. So, my night since 1 a.m. I was outside in my parents' front yard smoking a cigarette, and I could see the deer carcass lying in the middle of the road, and the rather big fox hesitantly prowling towards in silhouette, like it was scared to believe its own good luck. The fox went for a leg, and suddenly the deer exploded with life, a whirling dervish of hooves and legs like a cartoon brawl. Wisely, the deer begged off and hid behind the bushes in my next-door neighbor's yard. I lit another cigarette and began to walk towards the deer. And the deer was fucked up, man. Stuck lying on its back, legs in the air like a capsized turtle, blood coming out of its nose, ears, nostrils, and anus in a slow trickle. But it was breathing steadily, up and down, the rib cage expanding and contracting with each breath. I called 911, talked to the operator, and there was a cop there in less than 30 seconds. He rolled down the window of his SUV of a cop car, and I told him that the deer was still breathing. The cop let out a sigh and said that he would have to shoot the deer before moving it out of the road. His tone was casual yet matter-of-fact, and peppered with a slight whining quality, as if it was a pain in his ass to have to shoot this deer, because putting deer out of their misery was such a frequent part of this man's life that familiarity had bred contempt for this particular part of his job. I thanked him and began walking back towards my parents' house. I was at the front door when I heard the shot. I went inside and rolled a modest joint. The fox was struggling to pull the deer, a steady stream of deer juices and sundry viscera flowing from the fresh open wound in its head across the street when I went outside to get stoned.
Thank you very much.
Have a good night, everybody. There's not so many of you here, so I can't really tell the audience to tip the barista, because I'm sure we all have. But as you wander down this road of life, take the time to really enjoy chocolate chip cookies. They are pure happiness. Don't take them for granted. Know that they are there and appreciate that they are there. Take your time when you eat them and really taste them. Because man, cookies are awesome. Good night.
Especially Oreos.
Yes.